I'm just helping you invest in your future, my friend.
It sounds like a get-rich-quick scheme.
Yes, thank you. You will get rich quick. We all will.
Hello, everyone. What do we think of the new intro? I have been working on it for longer than I care to admit. So let me know what your thoughts are. If you can't tell, I'm obsessed with the episode of The Office where they talk about pyramid schemes. So
Raise your hand if you want to get rich.
if you want to get rich, you're in the right place. That's all I got to say about that. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, let's see who's here today. We got Lori, Lisa, Heather, Sina, Monica, Lindsay, Amanda, Harrison. Hello, hello. The best channel on YouTube. Always here for the jokes. I appreciate that. I see lots of cold, dark, and rainy in the chat. That's the same weather we have here. We just went out for a walk, and when it rains, Bubba has to wear a raincoat, and he really doesn't like that. So he's not having a good day. Monica, me too. I want to get rich. Well, you're in the right place because today we're going to learn. Well, maybe not us because this is geared at the men, but maybe there'll be some takeaways we can take home for ourselves. The sound is so nostalgic. Yeah, dial-up modems are always great. I wasn't sure. I figured most of my audience is like millennial or older, so they would get the reference. But if there's any Gen Z here, that's what the internet used to sound like back in my day. I remember our first family computer, because this was back in the day when there was one computer in the whole house. And my sister was in high school, and she had a boyfriend, and my brother and I would try and connect to the dial-up internet because for the first like 30 seconds, it would cut into the phone line so you could hear their conversation. So we would always try to like turn the dial-up internet on before it started making the noises so that she didn't know we were listening in on her. I don't know if anyone else did that. Okay. I don't have much else to say. I'll crack open my can as I always do. Mixing it up today, we have a San Pellegrino Momenti. I don't know if it'll focus, but these are so delicious. A little bit more expensive. It's like $7 or $8 Canadian for a 6-pack, but I don't drink alcohol, so this is like my version of buying a 6-pack of beer. So good. So this one is lemon raspberry flavored. So it's basically like sparkling water, but they add a little bit of juice into it. So it's not too sweet. Tasty, delicious. Pablo says, do you want to bang me? I ordered you one. I guess so. I don't know if I'll eat it on stream, but it'll make for a tasty snack after the fact. Tofu, please, for me. Anyone else want Uber Eats while we're here? He's taking orders, so... Local delivery in Vancouver. Oh, fun. Lindsay rode her bike today. I love that. Oh, God. Exactly. So today we're going to be getting into what is called the Modern Night Project. So this was actually sent to me from a friend of mine, friend of Pablo's, coworker, you know, someone that I know in real life who also occasionally watches my streams. And he was getting ads for this, I guess. So when I was working out of the same office as him last week, and he was saying to me, like, Danielle, you need to look into this. So I thought it would be fun if we all blind reacted together. I got a few DMs today. I know Harrison was messaging me about this. I haven't looked through any of this content. This is going to be a complete blind reaction. We're going to kind of like discover it together. But from what I have seen through like pulling up articles and stuff together, or for this video, it looks pretty wild. We'll just say that. Oh, did you? Yeah. Okay, so I am like, if you're new here, every week, so I just promoted you my drink of choice this week, but usually I'm drinking President's Choice sparkling water, and they have an orange creamsicle flavor that is literally so insanely good. So good. Yum, yum, yum. It tastes like a creamsicle. Duh, because that's the name. Sorry, the people that don't care about my personal life are just like, Danielle, you're so boring. I had someone comment on last week's live stream with the timestamp of where I stopped talking about nothing. So if you're watching the replay, maybe someone will have done that for you. Okay, interesting. So Samuel is saying it would be great to react in future on one of those firewalk. Okay, I'll write that down. Because if I don't write it down, I won't remember. I think I agree though. That would be a good one for a live stream. And next week, hopefully, I have to confirm still. Next week should be really interesting. So next Monday, I have tried to arrange for a currently practicing life coach to come on and have a conversation with me. It's not going to be a debate. I'm not really into yucking someone's yum. Obviously, most of you know how I feel about the life coaching industry. But I thought it would be interesting to kind of sit down and just have a candid conversation and really listen to her perspective and kind of see where she's at, how she got led into life coaching. And if anyone has any particular questions they want me to ask, maybe send them to me through Instagram and I'll compile a list of questions. So similar to how Reaction Therapy and I did, we did a live stream together maybe 2 months ago where we just kind of openly chatted. I asked him some questions and then we reacted to some content. It's going to be a similar format to that, but it's going to be myself and then someone who is currently a life coach. So it should be pretty interesting. And that'll be next Monday, same time. So 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern. Yeah, Lindsay, you're in Vancouver, right? I go on a bike ride every day for exercise and despite city council. You should go bike Stanley Park because they got rid of all the bike lanes. Ay. Cool. Yeah. Maya, you know what? That's really why we're all here today. That and...
It sounds like a get-rich-quick scheme.
Yes, thank you. You will get rich quick. We all will.
We're all going to get rich. So buckle up and let's get ready. Okay, so again, what I was saying earlier, I don't even know where I was. I was sent this modern day night project from someone else. Basically, it is like the high value women version of men. So if you missed it, I did a deep dive into what a high value woman is, what sort of principles. So the same idea here, but it's with men. We're going to watch this video that says watch and discover your purpose. We'll go through the sales page. We'll go through the reviews. I have some Reddit threads that I've pulled up. I have feedback from people who's the wives of people who have taken this program, all sorts of stuff to dive into today. So I guess we'll go ahead. We'll watch this first video and then we'll take it from there. It's only 3 minutes long. So,
gentlemen, welcome to the project. The project is a 75-hour experience. It's for men just like you who know that you're meant for more, who know that you might have areas in your life that you're not performing at your highest level. You know you've got greater potential and there's a higher purpose for you here. The project is not an experience, it's also a process. It's like administering chemotherapy to a cancerous area of the body, and it's going to unearth and expose who you are. The physical challenging that you go through is purpose-driven. Every single evolution is purpose-driven. Every single evolution creates opportunity for 4 things: to lead, to show emotional discipline, to communicate, and to problem solve. So the project is here for a purpose, to help you become the man you know in your deepest heart that you're meant to be. And all we're going to do as instructors over the next 75 hours is administer the project. No different than a doctor would administer chemotherapy to a cancerous body part. You have to be able to control your emotions, because the moment you shut down and you let those thoughts come in and the self-talk begins, and the self-talk is never, yay, you got this. What did you do? Why did you sign up for this? This is harder than you think. So I want you to understand that if you're looking to the 75th hour, you've already failed. You know that after some amount of talking here, we're going to take you either out that door or out that door, And there's going to be some level of punishment, some level of suffering, some level of adversity. And I'm here to tell you right now, from the fittest to the fattest of you, you're going to feel it. You're going to feel it. So you have the choice to ring the bell and quit anytime you want. You need to understand the difference between being hurt and injured. You need to control the negative thought patterns up here. You need to go to the next hour, and that's all you need to worry about. Who's heard the phrase, blood is thicker than water? Raise your hand. All of you. That is taken out of context. The true phrase of that is the blood of the covenant is thicker than the water of the womb. What that means is the blood that people spill together, who go through adversity together, is thicker, creates a bigger bond, a deeper bond, than the water of the womb, meaning people who have shared the same womb. The blood of the covenant is thicker than the water of the womb. And to that point, this is where I like to remind you that there's only two things that you can control. Only two things, fellas, that you guys can control during this entire evolution. The amount of effort you put out and the attitude in which you show up with to every evolution.
I was able to leave with more confidence, more faith in myself. My family feels more secure, and my finances, I feel like I have more control to be able to make the decisions that will allow me to propel much further than I had self-limiting beliefs on those aspects.
Okay, wait. I was going to let this play through, but I got to stop this. How is this physical turmoil going to make you more money? Someone, please.
Thanks.
You know, I came back from the project 4 months later. I quit my job. I went back into business for myself, tripled my yearly income by just that one thing of knowing that I have the skill set to be an entrepreneur again, and put myself out in the market again.
Get out of here.
Gentlemen,
no
welcome.
frickin' way. What did we just watch, everyone? Oh my goodness. Okay. Twisty. We're not even like 10 minutes into this stream. What is just... Okay. Harrison's saying wait till you get to the price tag. I don't even want to know. This is giving, and I don't mean this to be like insensitive at all. Obviously, it's giving the same vibes as the like Jesse Lee Ward Columbia trip, where it's just like, I am going to put you through this unbelievably difficult physical challenge under the guise of me like teaching you a lesson that's going to help you improve all aspects of your life. And I understand, you know, pushing our limits, maybe not necessarily like physically, but getting uncomfortable, trying new things, etc. But why does it always have to be done to like this level of extreme and then packaged as this like transformational experience that's going to change your life? Exactly. That's exactly what I was thinking as I'm watching this video. Amanda's saying, yay, trauma bonding. That's what it feels like. Like, what is happening? Monica, you said it so well. Nothing wrong with doing exercise or vigorous training for improvement, but he took that and twisted it into a scam. I can't wait to see how much this is going to cost. Okay, let's have a look here. Yeah, just go to the gym, or maybe like try therapy if you're struggling with being a father or a business owner. Perhaps there's deeper lying issues that need to be addressed by a professional. I can't wait to figure out like who this guy is that's running this program. Again, I don't know anything. So they've hosted, wow, 18 classes so far since it started in 2019. And many men are secretly fighting a battle within them that no one knows about. I know this personally because I was one of those men. Classic sales page copy. You're suffering in silence and pushing through life and business. Some days you're barely holding it together. It doesn't have to be that way. You know that if you flip the switch, you can have the business and the life you want. It's within the grasp, but it's also just outside of your reach. Again, same kind of format we see in every sales page, whether it's life coaching, spiritual coaching, business coaching, whatever kind of coaching you would call this. Very much, oh, you're in a really horrible and desperate position. Let me tell you about how I was in the same position and how I have the magic solution that's going to get you out of this. If you could flip that switch, Let me tell you what could be possible for you if you give me all your money. If you could flip the switch, you'll have the big breakthrough that you're looking for, and it's only then that you will overcome the self-sabotaging behavior that's destroying your relationships and your business. When you flip the switch, you'll overcome the vice dependencies, limiting beliefs, and glass ceilings so that you can become the husband, father, and man that you respect and admire. Watch how the Modern Day Night Project has helped other men flip the switch. Then they have testimonials, classic sales page, how you'll flip the switch in your life and business. Let's find out. The Modern Day Night Project is a 75-hour personal growth experience for men who want to live a life filled with fulfillment, purpose, financial freedom, and have a deep, loving relationship with their family. But it's more than a 75-hour crucible, because when you graduate from the 75-hour experience, you become a member of the Brotherhood Mastermind. Oh my God, get out. A 12-month-long coaching and mentorship mastermind focused on developing the man, the meaning, and the money even more. So it's not only a 75-hour physical experience, it's also a 12-month-long mastermind. You know how I feel about that. Oh my God. Rosie, I think you're right. I think it's Macho Man coaching. That's the vibe it's giving. It all starts with the 75-hour crucible. This 3-day experience is one of the toughest physical and mental challenges you'll experience, and it's designed to help you shatter your self-doubt and limiting beliefs, gain clarity in your life's work and purpose, heal from trauma that makes you feel broken and unworthy, dig deep into your past, and uncover the experiences that are holding you back from achieving greater levels of success in your life. When you complete the Modern Day Night Project, you will finally have destroyed the old version of yourself and engineer the new 2.0 version of the man you want to become. So you will flip the switch into your higher self so that you can become purpose-driven and high-performing leader, a man who is congruent with his core values. It's funny to me because I think up until now we've mostly only looked in like the female side of this like coaching realm, mostly because I identify as female. Most of the people that I have had conversations with who have been affected by this industry negatively have worked with females. Most of the content that I get sent to me to react to is done by females. But regardless of that, the rhetoric and the verbiage that those female coaches use on their sales pages, websites, etc., is still being mirrored here. It's the same concepts. They just kind of like tweak it a little bit to appeal to men. Very, very interesting to me. Exactly. So this comment says, I'm going to make you suffer so you become more pliable and easy to manipulate. Also, give me your money. So I'm interested to see how much this is going to cost because I feel like it's going to be a lot. Oh, one sec. I gotta let out the baby. What's up, buddy? Who's here? Okay, I'll see you soon. He'll be back. Okay, so Harrison says, I've done an event like this run by SEALs. I understand what they're trying to do, but they're missing a ton of important parts that make this worthwhile and instead just turn it into wanton sadism. So I believe you mentioned it in the interview that we did together. So if you guys haven't seen my interview with Harrison here on my channel, I believe the thumbnail is Scammed by a Fitness Coach. Someone who's a mod can link it in the chat if you don't mind. But I would recommend you go and watch that interview if you haven't seen it yet. Yes, exactly. So it's a 12-month program. They're going to first, put you into probably the worst 3 days of your life. And then just when you're at the bottom of the barrel, they're going to rebuild you in the way that suits their narrative, is what I presume is going to happen. But what do I know? I'm just a girl on the internet who can't figure out how to use Ecamm. So we love that for us. I'm trying to move my camera. Guys, you'd think I would have figured this out by now, but I haven't. Okay, here we go. How's that? Perfect. Okay, let me lock this, maybe. Okay, sorry, technical difficulties. We're not sure about qualifications yet. We're going to get into that, hopefully. We'll see. Sorry, I'm so far behind in the comments. Okay, it's the pipeline of ex-military people who rebrand basic training into a character growth camp without all the factors that make it an actual compelling experience. Exactly. The blind leading the blind to make a quick buck. Thank you, Heather. Appreciate you. This is the interview I was referring to if you want to go and add it to your playlist for later. I think he'd get kicked out of the program if he can't swim, but I guess we'll find out. Okay, let's see. Continuing down. So here we go. Here are our instructors. So the founder of the project is Bedros Keuilian. I probably just, whoa, butchered that. I hung up some new photos today. And as you can tell, hold on, let me show you. One of them just fell off the wall. So, things are going well here, in case you were wondering. So, he is the founder of global fitness franchise Fit Body Bootcamp, the Bedros Keuilian Show, teaching entrepreneurs how to build empires and create legacies, and best-selling author, Man Up, How to Cut the Bullshit and Kick Ass in Business and Life. Oh my God, this sounds fun. We will save that for later. Bedros created this program with the sole intent of using the 75-hour experience as a way to not only help men step up to the highest version of themselves, but as a rite of passage into the elite brotherhood of modern-day knights. Okay, but what are your qualifications? Okay, then we have a co-founder who is a U.S. Marine. Okay, the first guy isn't a Marine, though. He's just a... Okay, I'm sorry. I'm just, like, trying to confirm that I understand. So he is a fitness coach, and then the other guy is a Marine, founder of LTD, Leadership and Team Development, an immersive experience to turn businesses and their employees into high-performance, profit-generating teams. Steve will be your facilitator of suffering, ensuring that you earn your spot inside the brotherhood. This is so culty. Next, we have Nick Koumalatsos. I'm so sorry, I'm butchering these people's names. Modern day night project instructor, best-selling author of Excommunicated Warrior. So we'll look that up as well. Nick is the co-founder of Johnny Slicks, the Agogi, and Always Forward podcast. Every day, thousands of men are using Nick's products and services to level up in their life. Wait, Always Forward, isn't that with like two fitness brothers? I feel like I've listened to this before. No, it must be similar name to something else. Ever Forward, maybe? Anyway, William Branham, modern day night instructor, founder of Naked Warrior Recovery and the Navy SEAL Mindset podcast. William is a highly decorated Navy SEAL with 26 years of experience. His expertise in leadership and mindset has been sought after by organizations ranging from small businesses to Fortune 500 companies. Last one is Chris Weichman, retired U.S. Air Force survival, evasion, resistance, and escape. Operation Black Site instructor. Chris is the CEO of Bull Solutions Mountaineering and Survival School. At the project, he'll show you how to break free from the restraints and limitations you place on yourself. Okay, all of these people sound like their job is the exact same. Oh, God. Very true. Oh, interesting. What app is this that he's on? Yeah, I'm not really sure what I just read. I feel like they're all just half ex-military, half like fitness junkies that feel qualified to tell people what to do. Okay, thank you. I'm reading this and I'm like, is my brain broken or did I not really absorb any of what they just said? but I feel like they didn't really say anything important. Well, Rosie, you're not wrong. Let's just say that. Okay, so let's continue. The modern day night project goes far beyond the 75-hour experience. I think they already said that up here, did they not? Anyway, it doesn't matter, but when you graduate from the project, you continue on the modern day night mastermind, a 12-month long program, blah, blah, blah. Here's how the mastermind works. When you graduate the 75-hour experience, you continue on to the 12-month long mastermind at no additional cost. Well, I would hope it doesn't cost extra. This 12-month in-depth coaching and mentorship program focuses on developing an even higher level of personal excellence, self-mastery, leadership, and even more financial freedom. Okay. Here's what you get included in the 12-month-long modern day night mastermind. 3 in-person live mastermind meetups held at our private ranch here in SoCal, monthly group coaching Zooms with me and guest celebrities and experts, a private online community where we can all connect, share wins, network, and support each other. There's no other high-level life, business, and impact coaching for men like this on the planet. I find it especially funny how all of the programs say this, regardless of whether it's this one or like one of the women's ones we've looked at before. Every coaching program wants to believe that they're unique. They want to believe that they're offering something that's never been offered before, that it's revolutionary, that no one has the same information to share. When the reality is, they're all just grifters shilling the same scam, in my opinion. Monica, your guess is as good as mine. She wants to know, what kind of experts are they? Are they certified? Are they qualified? Probably not. Wouldn't be the first time. Okay, when you're in this mastermind, you'll get to stand shoulder to shoulder with world champion athletes, special operation vets, world-class thought leaders, oh my God, I hate that word, and 8- and 9-figure generating entrepreneurs who are all driven to increase their income, impact, and influence. And as part of this elite brotherhood, we'll bring industry leaders, celebrities, and experts to share their secrets and strategies for winning in business and in life. Plus, I'll share with you the same empire building strategies I use to create multiple 7, 8, and 9-figure companies from the ground up. In this mastermind, I will be teaching you how to develop effective entrepreneurial leadership, how to create your personal brand and build a massive audience, how to create powerful operational systems to help you scale your business even faster and with higher profits, how to create work-life congruence so that you never have to neglect your family or business, and so much more. I am so confused as to how we went from this intro video that's showing us this like insane physical experience we're going to have into, let me teach you how to develop effective entrepreneurial leadership. Like, how is this the same? I'm going to teach you how to build a brand and a massive audience. What does creating a massive brand and audience have to do with hanging out in the ocean? Can someone in the comments please explain to me? Yeah, so I think the only qualification they have is that they're former military. I believe that's correct, from what I'm seeing here anyway. Qualification. I was yelled at. Now I can yell at you too. My life sucked, and now I'm going to make your life suck too. That's how I see it. If his 9-figure empire is waterboarding misguided dudes with too much money to spend, I'm better off in the billionaire mastermind I'm on in this channel any day. Exactly. Which, by the way, if you guys didn't hear, I introduced a new tier to my membership called the billionaire tier. So if you want to learn how to be a billionaire, check it out in the join button down below. Sweet Goth, hello. I have not seen you in a long time. How are you doing? Welcome, welcome. Now you know, Monica, the secret to becoming a successful entrepreneur is to put yourself through 75 hours of the most unbelievable trauma you will ever experience alongside other misguided individuals. And through that experience, you will learn the secrets to success. Now pay me $15,000. Oh my God, this is brutal. Okay, sorry. Let me continue. And if you don't mind, thumbs up the stream if you haven't already. I would really appreciate it. Now, here's how you can get your wife on board. Oh my God. Okay, should we watch one of these? What do we think? Number 1, 2, or 3? You guys let me know. Either it's given way too much for our family, an incredibly life-changing event, or I see more belief in himself. Let me know which one you want to watch. That's it. Millionaires and billionaires through osmosis. That's what we've learned on this channel many, many times. You just have to believe and manifest and get close to rich people, and their riches will rub off on you. You guys are killing me. I got a 2, a 3, and a 1. Oh, Janelle, we haven't even got to the price yet. Okay, let's go with number 3. It has the most votes. Polls closed. Let's see. It's 39 minutes? 39 minutes? Oh my God. How? This can't be real. We're not watching this whole thing. It's also blasting my eardrums.
Hey, I'm Steve Eckert, United States Marine, entrepreneur, and instructor of the project. Welcome to another episode of the MDK Wives Show. This is where I interview the wives of previous project graduates. If you don't know about the project, it's a 75-hour personal development program for men looking to level up in business and life so they can become even better husbands, fathers, leaders, and men. Today, I will have a very special guest. I want to welcome Wendy.
Okay, this is going to be like a whole episode. We're not watching this one. We'll do the first one.
I believe so much in the project and in you instructors that I would never say no if he asked me to go and give back to you guys or to connect with you guys. I would never say no. At this point, it's given way too much to my family. The project means a lot to us.
Okay, the dramatic music in the back. It's giving Jay Shetty vibes, if anyone was on last week's stream. The slow-mo.
I thought for him, like, this is gonna be awesome. Like, if anything, it's gonna push him to show him how strong he is mentally and physically, and hopefully that will bring him back confidence. I didn't realize.
Why is she talking in slow motion?
It was gonna bring back a whole new person almost, new and improved person, in facets of all those areas that you spoke about. I mean, have gone to like a level 10. Since he came back from the project, we've had date night every week. We made it a priority to make time for us, with our kids. Like my son's 3, my daughter's 2, but we've already started implementing stuff that he learned from the project with our kids. And, they're little, so obviously we scale it down for them, but we already are implementing stuff that they need to learn, how to treat people, how to speak to people.
Wait, I was kind of half listening for a second there. Did she just say they do what? Oh my God. They take what they learned in the program and they practice it on their children? Did I hear that correctly?
How to act, how to be confident, and at work, he is a leader and he speaks like a leader and he isn't like shy anymore. He's not like a mean, aggressive guy. He's not aggressive, but he's very well spoken, and now he's not afraid to speak. Since he's been doing that, he's like skyrocketed at work. It's insane. I would pay for the project double.
The editing in this video is so bad. I'm not even like a great editor, but like this is bad.
For him to go back, for him to get everything that he has gotten just in this year out of it, and what he's going to continue to get, I would pay double.
Oh, no. Okay. We need to watch the next one now, because now I'm just so curious as to like what is happening.
Even at the beginning, I knew that he could do it. I had
more dramatic music. This is just wild.
No doubt in my mind that it would be something that would grow him and challenge him and change him for the better. One of the things I've seen since him coming back is the way he encourages our daughters to push, to even going around the neighborhood on their bikes, attack the hill, attack the hill. We're going to attack this. We're going to do it. We're going to conquer it. We're going to do well with it. And so seeing their confidence build because of the confidence he had in them, because of the confidence that he's had in himself, like that's been incredible to see. Our family, even just in 1 year, has benefited mentally, socially, physically, spiritually from the experience that Ben had during those 75 hours. And that's just a year. Like it's still continuing. There's still classes going through. There's still guys that Ben gets to pour into and to encourage and motivate. Even from the East Coast, he's able to have a connection with guys who are about to experience an incredibly life-changing event. That something we've learned in our own marriage struggles and the marriage counseling and seminars and things that we've done is that you can't affect change around you unless you work on yourself. Because you're only responsible for yourself. And so if your husband wants to go better himself, let him. Let him do that, because that's going to affect your marriage. It's going to affect your children. It's going to affect your family as a unit. It's going to affect your neighbors and your friends and extended family for years. It's not just going to be a come home, I'm going to recover from my bumps and bruises and move on with life. It's a mental change. It's just the foundation. Like it's building a better foundation for a lifetime.
No thanks. I'll pass. Also, thank you, Monica. Thank you so much. Pair character doing a classic mic drop. Appreciate you. Oh, there it is. Thank you. Oh my goodness. This is painful. Yeah, I hate that. I hate that phrase, pour into. Let me pour into you. I just have so much love and knowledge, and I just want to pour it into you. Monica says, I wonder, does he have some sort of insurance or disclosure? What happens if one of his clients has some sort of medical emergency? Heart attack, stroke, anything can happen. Great question. Especially if you are subjecting your body to this kind of rigorous physical activity. Also, how many of them are used to this level of physical activity? Great question. And I want to know how much information they give you before you get started. I agree. With Lisa, sorry. I'm sure they have to sign some kind of medical waiver and get rid of all the liability. Would be my guess. Men are so privileged that they're literally paying to have trauma. Oh, Emery, you're killing me. Okay, I will add that to this Google search. Training under underwear. Under duress MDK project. Okay, so we'll look into that as well. I have so many tabs open. Okay, let's continue. So upcoming classes, again, the other ones were allegedly all sold out. Here we go. How much does it cost? The project is $18,000. What? I thought it was 12, but maybe I was reading it on Reddit, so maybe the Reddit thread is old. This is not just for the 75-hour experience, though, but a 12-month in-depth coaching and mentorship program that focuses on developing an even higher level of personal excellence, self-mastery, leadership, and even more financial freedom. So give me half of your yearly wages so I can make you rich. But the cost of not experiencing the project in Mastermind and not becoming a leader, husband, and father you're meant to be is much more expensive, guys. The opportunity cost here is just unbelievable. And if you don't pay me $18,000, it's going to cost you more than that in the long run. Oh, Rosie, don't be ridiculous. It's not just for the 75 hours. It's for 12 months of in-depth mastermind coaching. Ooh. Exactly. Stock Overflow says at least basic training pays you. I could just join the military, have the same experience, and at least make a little bit of money. Right? I thought it was $15K inflation, I guess. Who knows? Who needs a down payment on a house when you could just experience this project? You know what? I think I really made a mistake investing my money into real estate. I could have just invested it into this opportunity. Damn. Guess I better sell my house. Okay, if my class I wanted to attend is sold out, is there any way I can get in? No. You're telling me if I offered you $20K, you wouldn't take it? What happens after graduation? When you graduate, you continue into the 12-month coaching mastermind. So I'm paying $18,000 for a in-person, like 3-day thing, and then the rest is just a bunch of Zoom calls. I'm paying $18,000 for Zoom? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Yeah, I bet too. So she's saying, Sweet Goth is saying the payment plan on it will make it rounded up to $20K. I'm going to assume the same. Because if you know anything about payment plans, they always cost more money. Yeah, this is wild. Okay, sorry. Continuing. I saw this advertised once. I thought it was a parody. I can't believe it's real. Unfortunately, well, I guess fortunately for our own entertainment purposes, but unfortunately for the people who have fallen victim to this grift, it is very much real, and it is very much just absolutely mind-blowing. Okay, I gotta put my hair up. I'm sweating. I couldn't believe how expensive this was. Your guess is as good as mine, Maya. Maya wants to know how the financial freedom happens, especially if I spend $20,000 on this program. Where am I going to have any money left? Ugh, but you get back what you invest. That's how wealth works. You got to put it out into the universe to tell the universe you're serious about getting that money back, and it'll come back to you. Manifestation 101, baby. Yeah, I was kind of thinking that. Like, a lot of this demographic looks, at least in the videos, to be, like, middle-aged. So, are you really, like, in your physical prime to be doing this kind of stuff? I don't know. Anyways, none of my business, I guess. What's the minimum age requirement? 18? I'm not from the United States. Can I join? Yes. Okay, interesting. If I can't make it to my assigned class, can I do a future one? Yes. Do you give discounts? Yes. Oh my God. First responders? You're targeting first responders and veterans? Oh my Lanta. Here we go. Monica, the answer to your question. Where's the project held and will I be sleeping there? The project is held at the project compound, a facility in Southern California that's equipped with a fitness center, sleeping quarters, and a learning center. So it's a summer camp for adults. Oh, God. You forfeit the opportunity to transfer classes. Oh, my God. If you don't show up, we keep your money. Too bad for you. Snooze, you lose. You see, this whole time I thought financial freedom meant that I had enough money I could be free. But what financial freedom actually means, thank you for clarifying, just to be free of your finances. If you have no money, you're free. Good to know. Where's the average person going to get this money? If I was this coach, this is what I would tell you. Take out a line of credit. Open up a new credit card. Call your mom. Ask her to lend you some money. Put a second mortgage on your house. Sell your TV. And, I don't know. Open an OnlyFans account. That's a joke. Please don't do any of those things to pay for one of these programs, for the record. Yeah, the project compound doesn't sound culty at all. Yikes. Yikes, yikes, yikes. Okay, let's see. I don't care what kind of past you've had. It doesn't matter what abuse, addiction, or hardship you've experienced in life. What matters to me is that you're here now. You'll use the 75-hour Modern Night Project to break through the bullshit, and flip the switch on your life. Okay, so is this after the graduation? Your graduation, instead of a diploma, you get a little hatchet. And the included 12-month-long Modern Day Night Mastermind. So right now you have two choices. Okay, this is classic sales page. You can continue to suffer in silence, numbing yourself with vices, and white-knuckling through life. Or you can decide to live with purpose, passion, and profits. You see, once I flipped a switch in my life, everything changed for me, and I've never looked back. And now it's your turn to flip the switch. Oh my God. Yeah, this is wild. Basically, what I'm taking away from here is if you're struggling with addiction, join this cult and it will solve all your problems. As someone who used to work in addictions, I can tell you that's not how it works, okay? Please don't join one of these programs. Oh my God, exactly. Go to therapy. Oh God. How we solve abuse? More abuse. Sounds right. Make it make sense, please. Okay. Blah, 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 blah. So then where do I go? Can I apply? I'm surprised I'm just going to double check. I'm surprised one of the FAQs isn't like, I'm a woman, can I participate? Oh, here we go. Is what's included in the project? Are my airfare, room, food, and transportation included? Your airfare is not included. Your food, room, and transportation during the project are included. Also included is your graduation dinner and room for the graduation night. Ooh. Okay, sorry, I forgot what I was looking for. So I'll still apply as my regular old Jane Doe here. That's my new phone number. Okay, I already put my email address in. You'd think if they were charging $20,000 a person, they would be able to afford a better website. Oh my God. Okay, so many questions. I'm not filling all of these out, but we'll read them together. Why are you interested? Are you married or single? Do you have kids? If so, what gender and ages? Why is that relevant? You want to know why it's relevant? Because what they're going to do is they're going to take all of the information you put in this survey, they're going to extrapolate it into a little Excel spreadsheet, and then when you hop on a sales call with them, they're going to use that information to manipulate you. So if they know that your daughter, Sarah, is a female and is 7 years old, they're going to start bringing up, Sarah's in the 2nd grade. What does she think of you? They're going to use the information you give them to trap you into buying into the program. I can pretty much guarantee that. Tell me more about your business or career. What's your annual income? What areas of your life do you have greater potential and want help reaching your potential? Again, you're going to write in here, oh, my business is not growing the way I wanted it to. I'm having a really hard time, blah, 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 blah. And then when they're on the sales call, they're going to go, I've heard you've had some struggles growing your business. Well, do I have the secret solution for you? Like, so freaking gross. The MDK project requires significant financial, mental, and physical investment, only for men who are serious. How serious are you? And then you pick what class you want to attend, you pick your shirt size, and then you submit your application. And my guess is, they'll call you, and they'll say, hey, let me manipulate you, give me your credit card. And that's going to be it. Exactly. It's the exact same way MLMs use this to manipulate you. I know a lot of the Monite girls will get you to fill out a Google form with all of your info. Same idea. They just want your info so they can twist it and throw it back at you. Yeah, they forgot to include that in the list, Lori, that your hatchet is also included in the $20,000 that you're spending. So freaking gross. No, if you can't finish, we get to keep your money. Too bad. You have a heart attack? That sounds like a you problem, not my problem. Tell you that for free. Okay, so beyond this, now that we've kind of taken a look at what this is, what it entails, I thought we would do what I do in every stream. Go to Reddit and see what people had to say. So I'm just going to go back so that I have these people's names so we can look them up after. Oh, I'm so sorry. Whew. Okay. If you're yawning at home, I apologize. Okay. So I went on Google. I probably typed in Modern Day Night Project Reddit, and this is what came up. So this is from 2 years ago. So maybe they increased the price. Maybe it really was inflation. Who knows? Why are people paying $12,000 for the Modern Day Night Project? Why is there no women in the project? I just do not understand it. I would imagine there would be a boot camp simulation that you could do at the gym or find a sports team at your local recreation center. I also do not understand why I do not see women in the project. Wouldn't women also have the need to be disciplined and strong? Great question. Also something I want to know. It's an expensive grift to take advantage of gullible men. From looking at the webpage, it sounds like it's a self-help, confidence-building team activity camp with a catchy name. Although the repeated mention of suffering makes me wary. Since it seems to be run by one man, I guess he aims at men because he's most comfortable teaching men. Or because he aims at telling his students to man up, or similar reasons. There's no reason someone couldn't make a similar group for women. Maybe he just thinks it will advertise better to men if it's male only. I think it's just another form of toxic masculinity, so he just is focusing his advertising at men, but what do I know? A brilliant way to take advantage of guys in their 30s who think they would have been able to get into special forces when they were younger, but were too afraid to actually go to Iraq or Afghanistan to fight real combat. Instead did something safer and more boring. Ooh, this is a hot take. Edit. I watched a documentary called A Live Day, and after that, I wanted nothing to do with combat. It was about veterans who were severely wounded in combat, wounds that messed them up for life. I'm talking about things like a guy who... Okay. That's enough of that. I just saw the trailer for it, and it looks pretty cringe. Basically, you pretend like you're a SEAL... Bud? I don't know what that is. SEAL BUDS. Somebody who's American explain. Training for 3 days that somehow unlocks a bunch of previously buried potential. That's a pretty good summary, actually. Looks like it caters to dudes who wish they would have joined the military when they were younger. Now you can just pay $12,000 and live out your wannabe special operations fantasy. Okay. Wouldn't women also have the need to be disciplined and strong? So disciplined and strong are they already that they're not stupid enough to do that. I mean, the whole issue and reason why the project is a thing is for boys who don't realize how to be a man. I'm sure there's one for women, but obviously not this one, and I don't blame the men and women have and should have different responsibilities, and that is incredibly hard to teach both men and women different things in the same 72 hours. Its goal is to help people like me who never really had a man or father figure to look up to and say, I want to be like him. I know personally I don't have any man in my life who's a genuine man, someone who is a man of responsibility, a man of his word, and a man of God. My dad is a liar and isn't loyal or responsible for his family. Both my brothers are addicts and secret keepers, and that's starting to include me, and I know I want to be better and different. I don't want to be like any guy I know. I want to be the man God made me to be in all aspects of life. Wow, this is a huge run-on sentence. And that's what this program strives to do, is meant to fix it for you, but it's meant to be a start. And I'm sure someone either has or is in the process of making one for females. Okay. Not trying to pass judgment here, but I will say from reading this paragraph, this person sounds like they're in a pretty vulnerable position. And so it seems to me like perhaps you're being taken advantage of. But again, just my opinion. There's so much toxic stuff in there, I wouldn't even know where to start. The evangelical mess isn't helping. Secret keepers, the man God made you to be. Maybe, just maybe, that's not a misogynistic man who perpetuates this awful crap. Maybe. So basically you think anyone who makes something for them for just men is misogynist. Maybe that's what you're portraying. I will admit I agree with him. Most men today are weak compared to men in history. It isn't the weak and caring that conquered nations. No way in hell am I paying $12,000. If it was $1,000 to $2,000, I would pay. Reddit is just like, these people are unhinged. Okay, I need to take a break. I'm going to come to the comments and see what's going on because my brain is melting. Oh, goodness. So sorry, I'm super far behind. Okay, thank you for sharing that link. Okay, I might have to open the stream on my tab here. You guys can watch the inception with me. Okay, there we go. Got it. Okay, so we'll get to that in a minute. Good. Okay, I'm glad we're enjoying the Reddit. So I'm like, I like doing this, but I don't know if anyone finds this interesting. Oh, these people are wild, though. Okay, basic underwater demolition is... Okay. Why not just join a gym? Great question. There's actually, this thing is called a boot camp workout. You could try that, maybe. Do a cold plunge in the lake, the ocean, your bathtub. I think it would all give the same effect. Yes, I would agree with this. So this comment reads, I think this kind of grift, the ones where you have to prove yourself to defend your identity, is much easier to sell to men who are more likely to see themselves this way and feel wounded that they don't. Exactly. It's like a proving to yourself that you're masculine enough. Harrison says, in my event, we had women show up and were encouraged to participate if they wanted to. And the ones that showed up were absolute badass and usually outclassed the men there. It was awesome. I was kind of wondering what nation he was expecting to conquer as well. I'm a little bit confused. Yeah, exactly. CrossFit is a good place to start if you're looking for some kind of challenging workout. Just saying. Okay. These are funny. Whoops. Where did it go? These are funny. Toxic masculinity, grift. Why aren't women allowed to join? Why should women be allowed to join? Whoever thinks it's a grift, what proof do you have? Maybe someone just wants a challenge. Okay. Interesting take. My opinion is that it looks like a great thing/idea, but the cost is way too high. As for why I don't like the idea, don't need it to make more money. I already make around $180,000 or more per year, but I love the idea of challenging myself and doing a hard boot camp. I couldn't join military because of childhood asthma, even though I had outgrown it, so that's probably why I'd love to join now. However, $12,000 is crazy high. I could understand $1,000 or maybe even $2,000, but $12,000 is definitely not worth it at all. There's way better things to spend your money on. If they get 30 guys at $2,000, that's $60K. 3 instructors for 4 days can't make money from $60,000. Come on now. I know the materials and items and advertising cost money, but after all expenses, they're profiting at least $30,000 as a company from $2,000 per person. But $30,000 is chump change. We're trying to build 7, 8, and 9-figure businesses here, which is why we have to charge $12,000, because then we can all be millionaires if we can convince enough people to join the scam. Okay? Do you understand how this works, sir, woman, person? Sigh. I'm planning on not only paying it, but bringing a friend. Oh boy. Why? It's about getting out of your minds you've built, your mind traps, you've built into yourself that are fucking up your life. Every single day we limit ourselves until those limits become habits that become who we are. If you don't need help breaking out of it, good for you. The last year I destroyed my life, my marriage, my business, and left me reeling. I am man enough to look back and see where I failed now. Now I need to rebuild better. Thus is a small price to pay and a small step. Are you honestly going to say you are all you could be? Yesterday, my best friend said, and Elon created PayPal. You know, like you could have. What? Your best friend told you Elon created PayPal, but you should have done it first, man. You missed out on the opportunity. Not the first time in my life others called on me to be more, and I didn't. Said I could have, but didn't. I want to learn why and how not to make such stupid mistakes again. I'm sorry, this is just so funny to me. If you already have friends in your life that are encouraging you to do better and to be more and to create better things, why do you have to pay a stranger on the internet $12,000? I don't understand. You know, my partner and I, we talk about this quite a bit. This idea of like how certain individuals will live their life like satisfied with the status quo. My mother, for example, is one of these people. I love her dearly, but she loved her government job that she had. She retired at 57. She lives her days doing nothing because that's what she loves to do. And she's fine with that. So some people are like that. And then you have other people that want to like build cool things. They never feel satisfied with whatever it is they're building. They create something great. They sell it. They exit. They move on to the next project. I'm assuming that's what this person here who has left this comment sort of falls into the latter, you know, ambitious, wanting to like create great things, which is awesome. But again, if you are someone who is like that, I would consider myself to be someone kind of like that, where, you know, I have goals and ambitions and things that I want to work towards. I don't need to pay someone $12,000 to keep me motivated. I can go to networking events and meet other cool people who are also working on cool projects and get inspired through like the friends and the support systems that I have in my life. And I understand that's very privileged of me to be in a position where I have friends and I have access to that kind of thing. But I'm just saying there are other ways to find people that are doing those things. You could find people on the internet. Like, you don't need to pay a stranger $12,000, you know? It's so wild to me. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. There are so many things that money could be better spent on. For example, starting a business. Yeah. Good on you, brother. Live your life. It's only you who gets buried in the casket. I mean, ultimately, at the end of the day, this person isn't wrong. Like, you get to live your life however you want. And so I'm not here to pass judgment on the decisions people make. It just doesn't make sense to me based on my own experiences. I read the whole thing and was really hyped to try it, but then I saw $12,000 and the whole thing changed its meaning to want to be a man, have $12,000. Anyone want to set up a group based on a boot camp style of training and keep each other accountable? Exactly. This is what I'm saying. You could just start your own group for free. Find friends. Ay, 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 ay. Ay, vey. I'd love to hear from this dude's ex. You know what, Lindsay? Me too. I wish there was an update too. Okay, I'm not like super familiar with how Reddit works, but can't you like read what other people have written? Or is this guy, oh, this guy's a troll. He's on here all the time. Oh no, okay, here it is. So he posted this 2 years ago. No updates. Wah, wah, wah. The comment reads like a sales pitch. For all we know, it could be someone that's in the program or like runs the program. Hi, ay. He'll be in the next testimonial video, actually. In this next video we're going to watch is the guy that left that Reddit comment. I'm just kidding. It's not actually. Men will do literally anything except go to therapy. If that man thinks that this grift is going to make him Elon Musk, then this will not be the last time he gets scammed. You know what? You're not wrong. Okay, so this video, as you can see by the title, is called What Your Wife Wants You to Understand. And this is very similar to the other testimonials we already watched, but it's basically the wife of a man who was in the program, as far as I understand. So we'll give it a little looky-loo.
Hi, my name is Lillian Garcia, and my husband was in the project. Let me just say that our life, our business.
I'm sorry, but the glow sticks? Sorry?
Our relationship has really exploded since he came back from the project. I'm telling you, it has been incredible, the change that I have seen in this man. Before he went into the project, he was actually dealing with some things that he didn't even know how to get past.
You could try therapy with a licensed, trained professional. Just a suggestion.
He knew he wanted to get to a higher level, but he didn't understand what was holding him back. I couldn't help him as his wife. I tried everything that I could possibly do. But when he went to the project, he was able to break down those barriers thanks to the coaches, thanks to Bedros, thanks to the dynamic of the project and everything and the way that it is designed. So I'm just so happy to tell you guys, do not hesitate, because seriously, this smile is because of the project, because of what my husband put himself through and the way that he has come back home to myself and the rest of our family. And it's just incredible what you can expect from the project. And I just want it for all of you, which is why I'm sharing this with you. So do not hesitate, and let's see you at the project.
Okay, but here's the thing that I don't really understand, and that is, I lost my train of thought. Okay, the thing that I don't understand is, even if you went to this program, you had, great results, it was awesome, blah, 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 I learned so much about myself and personally developed, how much of a long-term solution is that going to be? Because what I think happens in programs like this, literally any of these like coaching programs that we look at, where you go on like a weekend-long retreat or you do like a month-long mastermind. Okay, you have all these tools, you're surrounded by all these people, and part of it is like the energy you get from being around other like-minded people, right? So you're in this 75-hour challenge, you're surrounded by people who are also really into the thing that you're doing. Then you go back to real life, weeks pass, you're not talking to these people every day. I'm hesitant to believe, I guess you could say, that the impact of this program is going to be sufficient in the long term. That the impact of this program is going to have like a lasting effect. I could see, it's the same as like if you've ever gone, like when I was a kid, I used to go to frickin' musical theater camp. And I would come back and I would be so excited. I made all these new friends. It's awesome. I feel so like energized and connected and into my art. And then, a month would go by and it's just like back to regular life. And obviously I'm a kid, so it's different. But even in adulthood, like if you've ever been to a really exciting conference or some sort of like professional development opportunity, it's great and it's fun and you make all these connections, but then real life happens and life goes on. And I really just don't think these people are going to be given the tools that they need to be successful in the long term. Whereas when you go to therapy, you're given actual tools and exercises that you can take and continue to do with the rest of your life. And I don't know the contents of this program, obviously, but it seems like it's not realistic to expect this to have like long-term success, in my opinion. End rant. That's the end of my monologue. They're allowed to play with glow sticks in the ocean. So cute. So Harrison says, I still find it particularly cringe how they have a whole testimonial specific to the wives of the men, almost like they would be the first person to object to such an irresponsible investment. So this is, and I believe you already mentioned this in the comments, but this is very similar to Friday night. DC and I did a stream where we looked at Brad Bizjack, who is a business coach, former Beachbody MLM person. And he hosts a program for women, teaching women how to grow their businesses. And he did an hour-long Zoom call with the wives or the husbands of these women, which was basically just them explaining like why they let their wife join this program. So it's giving like the exact same vibes, just reverse roles, because as a salesperson, what they want to do is they want to refute all objections. So the people that are not going to want their wives to join a business coaching program are the husbands. So what do? We address the husband's concerns by interviewing other husbands. In this case, who's going to be the first one that doesn't want you to spend $12,000 on this silly, in my opinion, coaching program? The wives. So what do? We get other wives to try and brainwash you into allowing your husband to spend $12,000. Interesting. So Richard is saying that she used to be a ring announcer for the WWE. Huh. Maybe being a little cynical here, but I bet she was paid for this to appeal to WWE fans. Yeah, or like maybe he got a discount or something to join. We'll let your husband join this program for free if you give us a positive review. Exactly. They're trying to convince the spouse so that they don't object. 100%. They're missing the whole point. The SEALs are about teamwork and teaching team building skills, and this is all just suffering to be a man. They took a potential idea, butchered it, and charged $18,000. Yes, exactly. Exactly. Lindsay says, whenever I go to an indie comics convention, I'm all hyped up to finally make my graphic novel, but then I get home and you lose all inspiration and desire to do anything. In my opinion. Exactly. They're not providing any tools at all. Except the hatchet. That is correct. Oh no. Richard says this woman got divorced from her husband. I guess the project didn't work that well after all. Yeah, exactly. So maybe he didn't get the tools he needed to be a better husband. This was like their last ditch effort to save their marriage. I'm just making this up. He goes to the project, comes home, things are good for a week, then they get a divorce. Yeah, she was very natural on camera. I will give her that. And also like conventionally very attractive. Ay. Okay, let's continue into my 7,000 tabs that I have open here. So, oh, this was just me Googling. We can kind of quickly look through their Instagram maybe. So they have almost 100,000 followers. Let's see what kind of views they're getting on Reels. Pretty good, actually. For their followers, they actually have really good engagement. But I guess it's probably because these videos are kind of screwed up. Like, let's look at this. 1.1 million views. Are they tied to the train tracks?
Road all the livelong day.
Oh my God. Okay, let's read this caption. This is interesting. I need to pause this. This is creeping me out. Why would anyone pay for this? This is what the haters who have no idea say, along with the following. It's me. I'm the hater. It's me. Why don't they just join the military? Well, why don't they? This is poor leadership. What is the benefit of this? Only weak men will pay to get yelled at. This is just for millionaires. Who would ever do something so stupid like this? Well, let me answer this for you. There are now over 200 graduates of the project after 4.5 years, 18 classes. We have active duty military graduates, former special forces graduates, active and retired police, firefighter, and paramedic graduates, graduates from 7 different countries. Yes, there are several millionaires and highly successful men that have come through the project, but there are also office workers, construction workers, doctors, surgeons, attorneys, politicians, plumbers, electricians, tattoo artists, personal trainers, gym owners, and everything else in between. There is also a brotherhood afterwards that was non-existent in most of these men's lives. But the real reason why men crawl on a forking railroad track, it's the messages we receive after they graduate from their wives and children, thanking us for saving their marriage, family, and sometimes saving their lives. It's all about finding what they are really capable of. These are some bold claims that this post is making. Uncovering your true potential. Discovering who the fork you are and what you are forking made of. Find out if you have what it takes or if you still have what it takes. So if you don't know what you are talking about, then either nut up or shut the fork up. It's time to flip the switch. It's time to break the cycle. It's time to kill the inner batch. It's time to unleash the mother forking beast that is within you as a man. Who wrote this and why are certain words capitalized? Let's get to forking work. No excuses. Shoot, I'd love to put myself through this mentality again. Then I looked at the pricing and noticed that it ain't happening. Maybe when I'm close to millionaire status. Well, that's some of the dumbest stuff I've seen in a while. Would love to send my sons there, but it's too expensive. Is it really $18,000? Nah, you lost me. You could easily do this stuff with your family and peers instead of some homoerotic bullshit with strangers that you pay for. Scammer's gonna scam, though. This is what happens when you have lost all culture. Ain't no former SF guy gonna do this buffoonery, especially when they've done the real thing and gotten paid to do it. Hoi, oi, oi. Okay, that's enough comments for me today. Let's see what you guys have to say. So if you want to crawl on a bed of gravel, go to a rocky beach. Very true. But Monica, just because they're already employed or have a business doesn't mean they've successfully grown it to 7, 8, or 9 figures. If you want to do that, all you got to do is lay down on train tracks and crawl on your back. That's the secret to 7, 8, and 9 figure businesses. You all owe me $10,000 now. My PayPal is linked below. Exactly. This is the piece. It's like we see in MLMs. In no other business do you have to have like a list of defenses as to why what you're doing is okay. And so this comment reads, "It's so sad. My event never had to defend itself. Allegations of being a scam or overpromised solutions they offer, almost like the execution, intention, and qualifications of instructors matter. If you were running a legitimate program that actually gave people solid results and wasn't like weird and culty, you probably wouldn't have to defend it on your Instagram every day." Yeah. At the beginning of the stream, I compared it to the like high value woman deep dive that I did a couple weeks ago, because to me, it kind of parallels the same attitude, just it's towards men. I thought it was business owners was the target audience, but it seems to be like a mix of both. Exactly. Lori says you can spend almost 20 grand to increase your toxic masculinity. Okay, let's see if there's another one that has like, here, this one has 7.7 million views.
You back down again.
That sheet on the freaking ground. Drag yourself.
Stop moving, and I'm going to pull you down the hill.
Quit.
If you stop moving, you're coming back down the hill.
The dirt. That's me helping you.
Stop moving again. Better start climbing. Stop moving. I'm pulling you back down again.
That sheet.
What in the actual did we just watch? This is making me like uncomfortable. I'm sorry to those of you that are like uncomfortable by watching this. Class 18 is in full effect. Is that the right effect? That looks wrong. Where are the grammar police? 58 men paid and signed up. 29 confirmed they'd be here. 15 showed up. There are 8 men left, and we are only on day 1. Enjoy the ride, gentlemen. So you're telling me that I pay $18,000, and if I want to quit or I don't survive the first day, you get to keep all my money? Exactly. This isn't constructive or team building. It's just bullying. It's the guy who's in charge just getting to like exercise his ego is what it comes off or comes across to me as. Yeah, I apologize. This actually made me really uncomfortable too. Yikes. Yeah, definitely just exercising his own ego. Okay, let's see if there's any other. 1.3 million. Let's see.
I'll fucking order you. Money. You got something to prove? Do you have something to prove? Right. Prove what? Right. So you got something to prove? Yeah. So fucking prove it.
Come on. Hey, we don't want to be last. Come on. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Nate. Hustle. 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 Come on. Hustle. 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 To Steve. Don't stop till you get Steve. Don't be last. Don't be last. Don't be last. Come on. Come on. Don't be last. Don't be last. Oh, come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Ready. Ready. Come on.
He's
Ready,
like
go,
crying.
Go, Steve. Go, Steve.
So what are you gonna do? They're right. Oh, they're right. I ain't shit. Or you could be like, fuck you. Fuck what you think. I'm gonna go take what's mine. Because the winners go take what's theirs. So what the fuck you gonna do? You're gonna believe the shit? You're gonna believe the stories they're saying? The things they think about you? Or are you gonna show them? I'll fucking order you.
Oh my God. Meet Nate Kingston. Every single one of his peers counted this young man out since day one of the project. Every time the instructors told the candidates to rank themselves, they always voted Kingston last. Out of the last 8 remaining men, he was always number 8 because he was young and inexperienced. How pathetic. As if the older and wiser men were dialed in examples for him to follow. You see, you can never judge a book by its cover. He has had more heart than anyone else. He was faster than everyone else. He put out more effort than anyone else. He was even stronger than everyone else in most cases. Use Kingston's story as a reminder to never quit, and more importantly, prove them wrong. Show them what you're made of. Make them regret that they counted you out. And that's how Nate earned his nickname number 8. Oh my God. Yeah. If you're only 20 and can afford to spend $18,000 on fake SEAL training, why not just go to a university that has Navy ROTC and do actual SEAL training once you graduate? Just go to boot camp. It's free. Oh my goodness. Yeah, this is what I don't get. I don't know if you get kicked out or if you, like, people drop out of the program because it's so hard. The whole thing is very uncomfortable and disturbing. I really hate it too. Agreed. So brutal. Yeah, this is kind of my point when I was like commenting on him pulling the people down the hill. It really seems to me like the guy who's running this program has something to prove, and he's utilizing his ability to like bully people. People pay him to bully them. And it's just really gross. Exactly. He pushes too much at the risk of them getting injured. 100%. When jocks and bullies figure out the art of grifting, you nailed it. Is they in the room with us right now? Good question. So toxic. I hate all of this. Okay. I guess we can keep scrolling. If this is interesting, we can continue to scroll the Instagram. We can move on to something else. Okay, here we go.
Don't marry and don't date crazy. The number one influencing factor to a man's success or failure in life is who they choose as a spouse. And if you're one of those guys that like, I'm a Captain Save-A-Ho, don't be a motherfucking Captain Save-A-Ho, because when you get married to this chick and when you try and start a life with her, she's gonna constantly be this tornado of problems each time you're trying to do something big, and you're gonna realize, I can't start that company, I can't make those millions, I can't transform people's lives, I can't serve humanity, because each time I try, she is taking a massive shit on my life. Find someone that will back you up. Find someone that will say they believe in you. They will advocate for you. And when you do, be so fucking awesome to her that all she wants to do is support you and be your one-woman pit crew. And if you can do that, I'm telling you, man, you will force multiply the impact and income that you will make in life.
What in the toxic masculinity was that? I just spit everywhere. Oh my God. Exactly. Don't date this guy. My words of relationship advice: if you run into a man like this, run away. Run in the opposite direction. Oh my God. I also want to know like what this video has to do with the grift that they're selling. Like that just seemed so off base. So weird. Oh my goodness. Okay, maybe I'll go up to the top and see. Okay, this looks like they're all getting sprayed with hoses. Let's watch this one.
2, 3, 29. 1, 2, 3, 30. 1, 2, 3.
Hold that sledgehammer in the air with both hands. Like a bench press. Like a bench press. One chicken.
1, 2, 3. 2, 3, 29.
Here's a video for everyone yelling alpha male boot camp. In the words of Steve, imagine a man spending his time to comment and talk shit to other men behind a keyboard on their couch and not willing to take the offer of coming to do the project free if they make it through and graduate. These are the types of men that are the problem with our country these days. Oh my God. This comment, guys, it's important to stay in your children's lives. They may end up like everyone involved in this video. Oh my goodness. If you think this is good, just wait until you cover the absolute cartoon that is Hustlers University. Coming eventually. Oh my goodness. This is just absolute blasphemy. Okay, let's move on. If we want to come back to the Instagram, we can. But this is just like big yikes. Okay, so this was one of the books that one of the people who runs the program wrote, correct? I believe this was the main guy. Let me just click on it to see. Yeah. Okay. So Bedros, I don't know if I'm saying that right, is the guy that invented the whole modern day night thing. So this is his book. Man Up, How to Cut the Bullshit and Kick Ass in Business and in Life. Oh, we can do a preview. Okay. Preface. You have permission. I give you permission to grab hold of everything you've ever wanted in life. I give you permission to turn your idea into a business and your business into an empire. Who is this guy and why do we need his permission? This is the piece, and like I was just saying this, but to me it seems like this guy has a massive ego and he wants any opportunity to act like he is the greatest gift to the earth. And it's just giving like holier than thou vibes. If you've watched my video about the correlation or sort of overlap between people who exhibit narcissistic tendencies or traits and people who end up in the coaching industry, this is a key example of that, in my opinion. I give you permission to live life on your own terms, to make as much money as you want, to not have to explain yourself to anyone, to be bold and aggressive in pursuit of your dreams, to think and dream bigger than you ever have, to give up mediocrity in every area of your life, to increase your self-worth, to build your self-image, to love yourself, to get what you want in life, to ignore what others have to say about you, to enjoy incredible experiences with your family, to be a capitalist, to have exceptional health, to cut your deadlines in half, to not just be successful, but to build an empire, to man up, take control of the situation, and rise to your potential. Fair warning, what you're about to read and the lessons in this book might hurt your ego, sting your pride, and even get you to question your work ethic. Because I'm so great and everything I say is the way it should be, and if you're not doing what I say you should be doing, you suck. Because they hit so close to home, I'm not here to coddle you or tell you what you want to hear. I am going to tell you what you need to hear to slap the bullshit right out of you and to force feed you the truth that you've been avoiding about becoming the leader that you're meant for. I'm here to kickstart the life that you were meant to live so that you can reach your fullest potential as an entrepreneur and in every other area of your life. In this book, you're going to discover the 6 pillars of effective entrepreneurial leadership: self-discipline, clear and effective communication, decisiveness, emotional resilience, clarity of vision and path, high performance team. Buckle up. Let's get ready for the ride. Okay, this is the same shit we see in every personal development business book. You don't need to buy this guy's book. Plus, trust me. I promise you. What did he say? I give you permission to not buy this book. The advice is key to the true hook of this grift. More than the physical boot camp, it's the approval of the substitute father figure. Exactly. 100%. Yeah, Instagram was getting to be a little bit much for me. So alpha that you need to get permission from this knockoff Marine to be a man. 100%. He didn't mention the medical disclosure. I don't know. I haven't seen anything, but I'm just going to guess because it is like a physical thing that there would be liability waivers. This is too funny. I'm laughing more than I should. Good. I'm glad. Okay. This is like, you can literally preview so much of this book, but I don't think that's not really of interest to me. But if you're interested, you can Google it. It's called Man Up, How to Cut the Bullshit and Kick Ass in Business and in Life. What a long title. Okay, I want to look this guy up, though. Bedros. Here we go. Oh, dear God. Is there like a Wikipedia page? Capitalism.com. Let's start there. The man who revolutionized gym franchising. The man behind Fit Body Boot Camp is not just your regular hotshot fitness guru. He's an entrepreneur, blah, 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 blah. Early life. He was born in 1974 in Armenia, blah, blah, blah. Okay, grew up in poverty, tough childhood. The conditions grew worse. His father had to bribe the government to let them migrate. Migrating from Armenia meant they lost all their money. Okay, so they went to America. Cool. He, in his early 20s, started a career as a personal trainer. He opened his first gym, but he knew less about starting and didn't have much money. Found himself doing multiple side jobs. Okay, classic story. Then he found an advisor who taught him how to expand his business. And then he started franchising his gym. Okay, so he got wealthy from building a gym franchise, which is cool. Great for him. What does that qualify him to, like, why does that qualify him to now run this crazy boot camp? Okay, I see. So he started a fitness membership, then turned it into a mastermind, and it probably just evolved from there. Okay, big yikes. Ugh. Exactly. Rags to riches story. They all have one. We all have them. Work on yours today, and you could be the next 9-figure earner. Okay, so this was one of the other people who was like the co-founder, maybe, or one of the trainers in the program, and it's called Excommunicated Warrior. As human beings, we will inevitably go through life-changing events at some point in our life. It could be losing our job, finalizing a divorce, being forced to retire early because of an injury, or leaving the military. These life-changing events can have disastrous effects on us and the people around us. Some of us never work through these events and end up unhappy and stuck in life. This happened to Nick when he left a 12-year career as a Marine Raider within the Marine Corps Special Operations Unit. For years, he was stuck with feelings of anger, indifference, and bitterness until he finally decided to take action and apply the skills he learned as a raider and got to work on solving his personal problems. The Excommunicated Warrior takes you through the journey of Nick's transition out of the special operations as he attempted to reintegrate into the civilian world. Through his journey, he identified 7 different stages of transition. Stage number 1 should be go to therapy. Nick quickly realized that these 7 stages were something most veterans had to go through, and he launched a nonprofit that helped the nation's veterans transition out of the military. Okay, that's great. Soon, Nick started developing steps to work through the stages, all aimed at military community. However, through various speaking engagements, it became clear that Nick's ideas about the 7 stages of transition applied to anyone and not just veterans. The stages applied to anyone that had gone through a life-altering event. This book outlines the 7 stages, how you can use them in your life. In short, the book is for anyone who has gone through life-changing events and refuses to be a victim of circumstances. Anyone who decides to never quit, never surrender, and always move forward. Okay. I mean, I don't have anything wrong with that. Like, that seems fine. You write a book based on your own experiences. I mean, everyone's a New York Times bestselling author these days, so why not? Okay, sorry, I'm just trying to figure out what's going on. He needed therapy. Yes, I think so. Okay, bye. Thanks for watching. Have a great night. That was to this comment, not to the rest of you. Don't leave me yet. I'm not done. Actual leadership is about building people up, helping people meet their potential, and teaching them growth. I gotta sneeze. Never mind. Not ranking each other and knocking the women in their life as crazy to prod a pain point. Exactly. Yeah, my guess is the same. So maybe not the gym guy he initially worked with, but I'm sure he hired a mentor along the way. That's what we see. In one of my latest hater comments on my Brooke Castillo video, which if you didn't know, her minions are coming for me. The latest comment I got said, like, if you knew anything about Brooke, you would know she built a coaching business and then hired a mentor who told her she could build it into an empire, which is basically what I talked about in the first video anyway, an aside. But Tony Robbins, same story. Any of the coaches that I've featured on my channel, they've all at some point hired a mentor who convinced them that the key to success was to double down on the grift. And so I bet that your assumption with this comment is correct in that he hired a coach at some point who was like, yo, you got to figure out how to turn this into a high ticket offer and sell it to people. And then that's what he did. $1,000%. I've never heard a real business owner, including the 8-figure business owner I work for, describe the journey in an overdramatic way that the scammers always seem to. And personally, the millionaires that I know in my real life don't ever mention the fact that they're millionaires. None of my friends anyway. And I know like a lot of people in the startup community and like the tech space that do have over $1 million net worth. And none of them would ever introduce themselves to you and say like, hi, I'm Bob, I'm a millionaire. No, like genuine entrepreneurs who have built something cool and have made a lot of money doing so, that are secure in the thing that they have built, it's very unlikely for them to walk around introducing them that way. And again, I have no problem with people, you know, talking about pay transparency, talking about how successful their business is. And even those same people that I was just saying, who I know don't walk around exclaiming that they're millionaires, if you ask them, you know, how much money did your business do in sales last year? They would tell you, you know, 50 million, 100 million, whatever it is. They're just not broadcasting it as their whole personality. They're never leading with that. But it's also like not a secret, if that makes sense. I think there's a big difference between the two. Be like Bob. Exactly. We should all be more like Bob. Emery, we don't need that kind of negativity around here. Emery says, it's in my unprofessional opinion that this will not fix your marriage. What do you know? Are you a therapist? I'm kidding. Sarcasm. Exactly. The CEO of my company never introduced herself as a rich person. No rich people that I know would introduce themselves as a rich person. It's called humility. That's my secret to becoming a millionaire, is to just befriend a bunch of millionaires and hope that their bank accounts magically transfer into mine. That's the plan. But don't tell them. Osmosis is always the answer. Yeah, this too. Real millionaires don't look like they're wearing granddad's old funeral suit with shiny new veneers. Big yikes. Okay. A couple more pages we'll look at before we hop off here. I know Harrison sent a link in the chat, so we are going to get to that. There we go. Okay. So, oh, this was what, hold on. Okay. So this is from Reddit, as you can see. Once again, we're back to my favorite place on the internet. Proof that Joe Anglim's Instagram of him being buried alive as part of his involvement in MDKP, what looks like a hyper masculinity cult. Okay, who is Joe Anglim? Am I living under a rock? Whoops. Oh, is that the guy? No, that's not the guy from Survivor, is it? Where am I? Joe is known for... Oh, so he was on Survivor. Oh, like the original Survivor. Who is it? Oh, this guy. Okay, I recognize him. Got it. Okay. And he participated in this. Interesting. Okay. It's kind of hard to read, but hopefully. Let me see if I can... There we go. Throw a physical challenge at me and I'll welcome it with a smile. This evolution, though, almost broke me. After digging ourselves a grave, we were told to get into our body bag where they zipped us up and buried us alive. The weight of the dirt made the body bag suction cup to my face, which made breathing difficult. I used to be extremely claustrophobic when I was young, and all that came spiraling out of control right back at me. Stuck in a body bag, buried alive, and unable to move without knowing how long this evolution would last. What in the actual frick is happening? All I knew was that I wanted out. They wouldn't take that as me quitting, and I damn sure wasn't going to be known for that. Immediately, I started hyperventilating. My heart was beating out of control. I'm breathing like I just finished a hard run, and I was panicking. The limited air that was in my bag was being used twice, if not 3 times faster than normal due to this. The entire time, I kept thinking to myself 3 things. You will hate yourself if you quit. What if there's only 10 more seconds and you quit right before they finish? You're going to have to tell everyone you are a quitter. Those 3 thoughts are what kept me in there. I was left with zero noise beside my heart beating out of my chest, my breathing, and my thoughts. I finally was able to get myself under control. When they dug me out and unzipped the body bag, I felt like I conquered the world. There was absolutely nothing from that point on the instructors could do to make me quit. Okay, so this was somebody else that posted this, and then this Joe guy commented and said, I was right there with you in this moment, feeling an anxiety. Absolutely the most uncomfortable and nervous feeling I think I've ever had to face as well. The hot, steamy air getting thick and the pressure of the dirt on our bodies as we were all listening to our beating hearts in the race for the finish. It was incredible, and we all died and rose to conquer ourselves that night. This was definitely an intense evolution. We definitely came out mentally stronger from this one. Become comfortable being uncomfortable. Yeah, man, it was still some heavy stuff. I honestly have never been that panic-stricken or claustrophobic before and really had to stay in it mentally, go deep, focus on my breathing, and I still had an incredibly difficult time. I was the exact same way. The pain and fear hit me hard, overcoming all that, though, something special. Okay, I don't think you need to bury yourself in a body bag to feel a sense of accomplishment, but maybe that's just me. Oh my God, exactly. Nothing like getting buried alive to teach you how to be a man, fix your marriage, and become a 9-figure business owner. Okay, everyone, listen up. The secret to wealth and to building a successful business is to put yourself in, dig a hole, put yourself in the body bag, get someone to cover you in dirt. That's how you're going to be successful. You're welcome. Oh my goodness. No shame in quitting something that unhinged. 100% agree. Yeah, you'd rather die than be called a quitter. Is this meant to be inspiring, Lindsay? Your guess is as good as mine. Pay $18,000 to get buried alive. Yeah, that was wild. Okay, let's see what Reddit had to say. This is how I feel too. WTF. Oh, goodness. The other post is just as terrifying. He looks like he's straight up tied up. That Jack dude is threatening him with a knife. What is going on? Meanwhile, it's all being photographed and nauseatingly marketed. I noticed the official MDKP account only follows like 50 people, none being their participants, including Joe, who is also front and center on the bulk of their marketing materials. I can't help but think that this is pure exploitation of his status as a public figure. Yeah, I think that you're right that they're exploiting him for marketing. There is a selfie from one of the lead trainers with a big picture of Joe hanging on the wall in the background. It seems like they're feeding Joe's ego to help him promote their course. It has since been removed. Well, that's insane. I was genetically fat. Bruh, you were just fat. That's the weirdest part for me. And you could just see the fear in Joe's eyes. What is wrong with him? Is Sierra okay with this? This is particularly disturbing. His comments and the image with the bag. I agree. I read the one about Devil and I'm getting more confused. This program seems scary too. From a quick audit of his page, I would assume no. Okay, they're talking about his wife. I really wish I had specifics, but I was on her page recently and remember her talking about being really proud of Joe for going through whatever the heck this is. Not sure if it was a story or a post or a comment. This is just so interesting. Looks like some guys got bored of their 9-to-5 jobs and wanted to pretend that they were going through army training to boost their self-esteem. It's sad people take advantage of that. So interesting. Okay, this thread is so long. We're not going to read it all, but you get the point. This is just absolute blasphemy. Hey, friends, what did you do last weekend? Well, I buried myself alive. Ay. Okay, let's listen to the reason for the MDK project before we wrap things up here. Because I really want to know why this is even a thing.
And so long story short, the project was really created to help men overcome their trauma. But it's wrapped with, hey, come.
Under what training? I've talked about this in so much of my content, but if anyone is telling you that they have the secret formula that's going to cure your trauma, no, they don't. Trauma is an incredibly complex mental disorder that manifests so many different ways in our body. It takes very specific training to be able to appropriately work through and address trauma without actually causing more trauma. So, hard pass.
Work with a Navy SEAL, work with a Marine, work with an entrepreneur who's going to help you become more productive in life, make more money, go through some awesome exercises that a Navy SEAL is going to put you through. So it's almost like a Navy SEAL training and Marine Corps boot camp meets entrepreneurial training and life coaching for men in a group environment so they have a tribe. Most men are islands now. Right. Again, part of the opposition's goal is to make men islands because if we're a tribe, we're more dangerous. And so I created tribes of men to come together. And when they do, so even though the project is 75 hours of emotional, mental, and physical hell, the real experience of the project is about 4.5 hours of an exercise I put these men through, journaling exercise, and then talking exercise called toxic cognitions. Interesting. And so we journal out what happened to us as kids or whenever that trauma was, what blocks it causes, what self-sabotage it causes, how it shows up in our marriage, in our business, in our health, in our fitness, etc. And then what are our superpowers that we've gained from it? Because you do gain superpowers. Right. I mean, so the project really is supposed to be 4 hours when you think about it, but you're never going to get a group of men who don't know each other to sit down and journal about their most hurtful emotional shit.
So we physically traumatize them first so that they feel so vulnerable they will tell us all their secrets. Sick. It's really sick. Awesome exercises is not how I would describe being buried alive in a body bag. No, you have to bury yourself alive first so that you can do the awesome exercises. Red flag. 100% agree. Toxic is definitely an appropriate word for what these guys do. Oh my God, I hate this. I hate it so much. Okay. I think that's all that I can mentally handle for today. I might have to go journal for 4 hours just to get out all the trauma, you know? Your guess is as good as mine, Avery. How is this legal? I don't know. Where's the lawyers? Where's Shelby when we need her? Oh, dear God. That's not how any of this works. Yeah, I would be curious to see what kind of liability waivers they have. Actually, before we jump off, let me do a quick little Google here. The MDK project liability waiver. Okay, you will be sent the required waivers and liability forms to read through. So I guess once you sign up, then you have to sign away all of your rights. I was kind of thinking this. So Harrison says, even if paid out of pocket, therapy is much cheaper than $18,000. So like most, let's say I go to therapy once a week, that would be $7,800. So I could go to therapy for $150. In Canada, it's about $150 an hour. I could go twice a week and it would cost me $15,000. So it would still be cheaper than this program. And I promise you it would be more effective to just go to therapy. Or you could just go into your backyard or local park and bury yourself alive. Your choice. Let me know in the comments, especially if you're watching the replay and you've made it this far. Comment down below and let me know. Would you rather go to therapy or bury yourself alive? And if you're watching on the live chat, you can let me know right now. Oh, God. Except it's not even therapy. It's like torture. Oh, my goodness. Rosie says they're practicing therapy without a license. Ah, interesting. So this says the same way that Dr. Phil's show is, you get your program classified as something other than what it's pretending to be. But like, I guess if they say it's like a fitness program, but seems, interesting. I'm going to go bury myself in the mud in the yard after dinner. It sounds cozy. No, you can't do both. You got to choose one or the other. Are you going to pick therapy or are you going to pick burying yourself alive? Personally, I'll save the extra $3,000 and I'll just go to therapy. But what do I know? All right, friends, this was fun. Thanks so much for suffering with me, as always. I mean, I'd have to go to therapy after burying myself alive, so I might as well save myself the $18,000. Exactly. Just spend the $16,000 it's going to cost you to go to therapy twice a week. And then document your results. All right. As always, if you have anything you want me to react to, I don't think I have updated the description on this video, but the Google form is linked on every other video that I've done. Submit stuff there. I updated the form. You can also get credit for whatever you submit. That's going to be it for today's video. Thanks so much for watching with me. Take care, comb your hair, and I'll see you in the next one. Okay, bye.